What's up, everybody? This is your boy James Rogers here, part of Team Underdogs, here to do a deck profile for you guys on my first place Metalfoes deck. Quickly, you're going to see 3 cards in here that weren't supposed to be in the deck. Initially, I was going to play 3 Ash Blossoms and throw in a second Electrum, borrowing my teammates. At the last minute, I convinced them to play, so I obviously had to give the Ash Blossoms and the Electrum back, because he opted to play Odd Eyes for this tournament. Unfortunately, he had to face me first round. Went to 3 games, but I did manage to beat him. Round 2, I played against Dark Magicians. I 2-0'd them. And then rounds 3 and then Top Cut, I had to play against Nurse Burn. And managed to 2-0 both matches. Really fortunate, to be honest, because both matches he was just never able to deal enough damage to OTK me. So there was a little bit of some fortune in my favor on that, but still ended up being a really great match. Like I said, I took Metalfoes. I was playing Pendulum Magicians for a while, and I just got tired of playing them. I never really felt too comfortable with the deck, so I went to something I was a lot more comfortable with, and that something I knew more combos that I could pull off with. So I'm going to this deck profile. I'll tell you what cards I kind of threw in for the 3 Ash Blossoms, why I picked them, and then what changes I'll make towards the tail end of the video. But also in the comments, please throw some comments down there and let me know what cards you might try to play, or what some different cards you might consider for me to try in the near future. So without further ado, let's go on this deck profile. So for the Metalfoes, I played 3 Stealing, 3 Silvered, 3 Gold Driver, 3 Volflame, and double Bismugear. So initially for this tournament, I actually was going to just play 1 Bismugear, because Bismugear just really isn't needed all that much. But the cards I left at my house, you know, I had a slot for it, so I threw a Bismugear in there. Didn't see it all that much, even at 2, so I couldn't really tell you if it was really the best card, if it was actually really good, really. I mean, I did see it a couple times, but not too often. Then I played 3 Rescue Rabbit and 3 Hamster. Definitely glad I played the 3 and 3. You just want to see one of these rescue cards, preferably want to see Rabbit, but even Hamster gets you a good starting combo. So, like, no doubt, definitely glad I played the 3 and 3. This probably won't change in the near future. I'm probably just going to keep it that way. Triple Astrograph Sorcerer. This card is absolutely insane. If you're playing Pendulum Magicians or this deck, like, you want to have this card. This card is just too good. What it does, it helps replenish your hand to keep going for more combos. I mean, it's just absolutely nuts. Like, this card is just insane. It really is. Then 3 Supreme King Dark Worms, and then 2 Supreme King Gate Zeros. I did the 3 and 2, and I actually didn't mind the 3 and 2. I guess really I might still cut this down to 2, just because there were a couple times during the tournament that I opened up 1 or 2 of these plus a Dragon Shrine, and if it wasn't for me having, like, Metalfoes cards in my hand along with it, the plays probably wouldn't have been nearly as good as where they could have been. So I'll definitely keep the Gate Zero at 2, but I think I'm gonna put Dark Worm to 2 as well, and just rely on, like, getting Dragon Shrine to my hand for that combo. Then I played 2 Ghost Ogre because I left the 3rd one at home. It was one of the cards I was gonna play. Initially at 3, but I was gonna borrow the Ash Blossoms. I cut down 2 because I was gonna do 3 Ash, 2 Ogre. Actually at 2, I guess for this tournament it was okay. There were a couple like, the only matchup that it was really ever good against was the Odd Eyes matchup. Against Dark Magicians, it was kind of subpar, and obviously I couldn't use this against Nurse Burn, so that didn't help very much. So that's it for the deck. It's 30 monsters. For the spells, I played 1 Summoner's Art and 1 Painful Decision. There just wasn't enough room to play more than one of these. And to be honest, even Painful Decision just isn't as good as it is right now. I'm probably considering cutting this out, but I think for now I'm just gonna keep this as a one of. You only want to see this card like when you're going turn 1, like, and if you have Rescue Rabbit with it, then it's better. But if you don't open this card and you've already used Rescue Rabbit, chances are if you see it later in the tournament, like, it's just gonna be a dead card. So I did side this card out a lot. Then went 2 Dragon Shrine, 1 Foolish Burial. Great ratio. I actually put the 2nd Dragon Shrine in for another slot for where the Ash Blossom was going to be, and I'm actually really glad I did. I think Dragon Shrine was really clutch during the tournament. Definitely something I will probably keep at 2. I think 3 is too much, but I think the 2 and 1 was a good ratio. I could always side one of these out and still have the 1 and 1 for going first or going second into like games 2 and 3. So definitely enjoyed having that in the deck. And then the 3rd card I put in for the 3rd Ash was the Pendulum Paradox. The idea behind this was if I don't have this is just like another copy of Rescue Hamster, except instead of adding 2 with the same name, it'd be 2 with the same scale but different names. And sometimes that does actually come up where you want to have 2 of the different names instead of like 2 of the same. So I think I might keep this still in as one of. Except at the tournament, this was the only card that I did not play throughout the deck. Like, I played every other card in my deck except for this card. So I'm gonna test it a little bit more, and then we'll see if I decide to keep it or not. But definitely a card that I really enjoyed having in the deck. Just kind of wish I saw it. Then we got the 1 Metalfoes Fusion, 1 full Metalfoes Fusion, 1 combination, and 1 counter. Definitely think this was the right ratio. I only resolved combination once. It just never really came up where I needed it. But obviously you're playing these like all the time. Counter actually came up clutch a good number of times, so definitely counter was one of the MVP traps for sure. That's it for the deck. Our main deck, it was 40 cards. For the extra deck, played 3 Mithrilium. Had to play it at 3. Couldn't see myself not doing it. Then I played 1 Orichalc, 1 Alcahest, and 1 Crimsonite. So Crimsonite I actually threw in place of the 2nd Electromite. The idea was that during playtesting before the tournament, this actually did come up a good number of times. And then I felt like, well, because it was coming up, maybe it might come up in the tournament, and it never did. So kind of unfortunate, but I couldn't think of anything else I really would throw in there. Maybe another Alcahest, or even like another Orichalc possibly. Like, I don't know. But I felt like a 3000 beater is actually kind of hard to get rid of now, these formats. So I felt like if I had a 3000 beat stick of my own, maybe my opponents would have to waste some resources to try and bounce off the field instead of like trying to attack over it. So then for rank 4s, I played 1 Dweller, 1 Baguska, and then 1 Tornado Dragon. Tornado Dragon was the only card I made. Never need to make Dweller or Baguska, but I wanted to have my options just in case I ran into some either rogue decks or just I ran into some rogue decks or just ran into like other meta decks where I knew these would come up. Then I played the Odd Eyes Absolute and the Vortex. I used to play the Klee package, and I cut the Klees out because making Infinity was like a backup plan to this, and I always made this way more consistently. So I always felt like I just needed this, so I just ultimately just cut out the Infinity package. And then for the links, I played 1 Doolittle, 1 Electromite, 1 Decode, and 1 Zephyr Metaltron. Metaltron was great. Just give me that extra link marker was huge. Doolittle Chimera actually came up against the Dark Magician deck, and obviously you know why Electrum's there. Decode Target for OTK, like each one of these had their own purpose, and they came in clutch pretty much the entire tournament. So, and then for the side deck, I played 2 Veilers. Veilers actually starting to become a lot better this format. the format is becoming more diverse, so there's more things you can actually hit this with. And outside of Ghost Ogre, I think this is actually another hand trap that could actually be, like actually have some potential. I would still like to have Ash Blossom, but if I could play like Ash, Ogres, and then like still side these, I think this card could actually put in some work. Double Lancia. This was for Pendulum Magicians going. If I went first against them and I thought they had the evenly match, or if I was playing against Trickstars going second. So, Double Kumungus. Kumungus is a very, very interesting card. The fact that we're kind of going back to Kaijus kind of bugs me a little bit, but it's really for True Draco. Any problem cards. ABC. This actually gives me a really good out against them if I'm going second. So, Triple Wavernize. I already know why we're playing this. Triple Cosmic. So I'm kind of torn between this and Twin Twisters right now. I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to make the switch yet, but at the moment, I do like having the Cyclones for the True Draco matchup. But part of me wants to have the Twin Twisters for like other decks where I can hit more than one back row at a time. So I'm not really sure if I'm going to keep playing these or not. Maybe I'll just kind of test them one each and just kind of see how it goes. 2D Barrier because Invoked, Pendulum, like you just have to play this. And then one Solemn Judgment. Judgment for True Dracos, I'm going first. If they summon Masterpiece, I can just tribute it, or I can just activate this and negate the summon. There's other times where this does come up where I can hit like a spell, a trap, like just anything that I feel like is important to keep my board from being broken. I can pretty much use this for. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the deck profile. I'm definitely going to be making some changes after this. Like I said, I really needed the third Ghost Ogre to go back into the main. Please leave some comments below for any cards that you would think would be also good for the deck for me to play in. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This is James Rogers, part of Team Underdogs. Peace.